Let's begin. Now, it is all systems go for Bonchari, Juja parliamentary and Ruri Ward by-elections as parties try to capture the seats during Tuesday's by-elections that will have an implication politically for the parties. Emmanuel To is in Juja covering the by-election there. To, the High Court ruling last week did mention that IEBC is not properly constituted to carry out its mandate. Have you managed to speak to the IEBC officials on the ground on the way forward?
Well, thank you very much, Ashley. We are coming to you from Juja constituency, specifically here in Mangu High School. This will serve as the main tallying center for the constituency as the voters or the residents of Juja will be heading to the polls tomorrow. And as you have rightly put it, there are a lot of questions, of course, concerning the constitution of the IEBC Commission. And of course, we had a lot of concerns, and some were saying that the by-elections might not take place or take off. But as it looks like right now, everything is going to take off tomorrow. And we also spoke to the IEBC chairperson, Wafula Chebukati, who spoke at length about that issue, and he said that the IEBC will be moving to the Court of Appeal, just to lodge an appeal concerning that matter, and that they are not in agreement with that ruling that was made by the 5-judge bench that was presiding over that matter last week, Thursday. And he said that there were two rulings, one saying that the IEBC can proceed with the activities or the by-elections or any other activity that lies on the purview of the IEBC. And there was also another ruling that was made on Thursday. So he said that there were a lot of conflicting statements from, so to speak, the judiciary, and a team of lawyers will be going to court on that matter. But as it stands right now, here in Juja constituency, there's a lot of preparations. Behind me, there's a beehive of activity as the organizers of these by-election rush against time to make sure that they beat or prepare accordingly towards that by-election that is slated for tomorrow. And remember that we have 11 contenders or 11 aspirants in this race, and most of them, 6 of them are represented by political parties and 5 are going independently. And if I could just go quickly through the names of those of the 11, we have Mwangi Karaoke Independent, Eunice Wanjiro Kagera, a New Democrats, Joseph Geshoi Karaoke Independent, Rashid Iregi Karaoke Independent, James Karaoke Murungo Independent, Mboro John Njoroge People's Party of Kenya, Ndongo Anthony Kirori Maendeleo Chapchap, Ndongo George Koimbori People's Empowerment Party, Kennedy Gashuma Ndongo National Liberal Party, Susan Waitito Njeri of Jubilee Party, and lastly Julius Thiongo Zulu. And those are the candidates that are going to face out or battle it out tomorrow here in Juja constituency as the 115,000 voters move to the polls just to elect their representative after the death of the former MP of this area, Francis Munywa Waitito Wakape, who succumbed to cancer earlier this year. So we are going to listen to some of the comments that the IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati had to say about the preparation, and of course that case that was talking about the constitution of the IEBC commissioners. As it stands right now, there are only 3, Wafula Chebukati himself as the chairperson, and of course 2 other commissioners after 4 of them had left earlier before the by-election that was conducted today, and even other by-elections that were conducted that were causing a lot of concerns. So we'll be listening to that bite from the chairperson of IEBC and hear what he had to say.
I want to say that I believe you listened to the judgment of which was given on 13th of this month. That was on Thursday. That is an issue which, as a commission, we have engaged our lawyers, and the discussions are ongoing. In the course of this week, we shall be launching an appeal in the Court of Appeal. And it's for the simple reason. Sometimes in 2019, the High Court, presided over by Justice Okwanyi, made a determination that Article 250 of the Constitution is what applies to the Commission. Article 250 applies to all constitutional commissions and independent commissions. and states clearly that you should have a minimum of 3 commissioners and a maximum of 9. And the commission then was able to proceed and discharge its mandate, which is prescribed in the Constitution up to now. Now, on Thursday last week, the High Court then took a different approach and said the Constitution is not the issue here. The issue is the statute. And the statute says that a commission should have a minimum of 5 as a quorum. So what we are saying as a commission is that there are 2 conflicting judgments, and it's only a Court of Appeal which should be able to throw light as to which judgment in law should suffice for purpose of the commission. But on the other hand, I think for purposes of again going forward, the court on Thursday, when it gave the judgment, it also stated the judgment as far as quorum issues are concerned. The High Court gave a stay of that same issue, on the issue of quorum only, and said the commission can go ahead and carry out its activities. So we are not in a crisis as far as the issue of quorum is concerned. Okay. But we shall take the matter to the Court of Appeal, and the Court of Appeal will decide which of these 2 judgments should be the right one to follow. The one which talks of following the Constitution, or the one which talks of following the statute. Yes, that is where we are.
Maybe, sir, from me, I would like to know what was your reaction after the High Court ruled that the BBI proponent had no mandate of reviewing new boundaries, new constitutional boundaries.
We are starting the judgment. It's a lengthy judgment, and we shall be getting a briefing from the lawyers during the week. Because of by-elections tomorrow, we shall not meet. Perhaps we'll meet on Wednesday. And we are looking at the judgment only insofar as the IBC matters are concerned. That's what concerns us. The issues of quorum and all the other matters related to the commission. I believe there's a team looking at the other issues. So I would not want to go into the issues of which other teams are looking at.
Okay, sticking to by-election in Juja, how prepared are you to ensure that there is credibility in tomorrow's exercise?
As I started off by saying, the returning officer is here, the county election manager is here, and the entire IBC team. They have all the materials they require. They have the staff who will participate have been adequately trained. I got a briefing from the security team, and they have assured me that they'll take charge of security so that we don't have incidents like what happened in the previous by-elections in the other parts of the country. So I want to believe that IBC is ready, and we should deliver a credible election to the people of Juja.
IBC